what you drive, Summit Racing Equipment has great parts at great prices. Summit Racing has the lowest prices guaranteed on the parts, tools, and accessories for high-performance cars and racing, trucks and off-roading, daily drivers, late model vehicles, and more. With over 900 brand-name manufacturers to choose from, you'll always get great parts at great prices. Plus, you'll find money-saving deals on thousands of in-stock parts every day. Get the best parts and accessories for what you drive at Summit Racing. Visit summitracing.com.
America, it's time to rally. It's time to take part in the adventure of a lifetime. We want you and a friend to join us for the AMSOIL America Adventure this October. The week-long rally starts in Deadwood, South Dakota and wraps up as VIP guests at the Monster Energy Cup in Las Vegas. The trip is more than just a car ride. Each day, the goal is to beat your competition in unique challenges and missions to earn points towards the game's grand prize to be awarded in Vegas. Register at AMSOILRacing.com for your chance to win an all-expenses-paid entry for two into the AMSOIL America Adventure.
Yesterday, the stars of today. It's the Mopar Nitro Jam National, presented by Williams Racing. Saturday and Sunday, August 15th and 16th. Saturday, 3 p.m., Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Grand Bend Motorplex. Witness AMSOIL Nitro Funny Cars, Crower Pro Mods, U.S. Bounty Hunters Pro Stock, Top Fuel Dragsters, Jets, and more. Mopar Nitro Jam Nationals, August 15th and 16th. Grand Bend Motorplex. Nitro Jam, where legends are born.
21st and 22nd, the baddest tour cars on the planet are gonna rock Memphis International Raceway. It's the PDRA Memphis Drag. See 42nd Pro Mods blaze the 8 mile at over 220 miles an hour. Plus Jet Funny Car qualifying all day Friday. Saturday, see Danny Dave and Chuck from the world-famous Street Outlaws. Elimination at 4 p.m. Look for discount tickets at local merchants or online at PDRA660.com. Every ticket's a pit pass. August 21st and 22nd, Memphis International Raceway.
Let us pray. Father God, we just come before you today and we thank you for the day that you have given us. We thank you for this great country that you've given us. We ask that you be with our troops all over the world that protect us and stand in harm's way to give us this freedom that we have. We ask you now to be with each and every driver, each and every crew, each and every spectator and family that's represented out here today. Give them safety, especially our drivers and our track workers and people that work out here today. Just give them the safety that they need. And, Lord, just give us all safety as we return back to our homes. Lord, on this special day, we just thank you again for everything that you do for us, most of all for that Son who died on a cross for all of us. And it's in his name that I pray. Amen.
All right. That is it for time trials. Thank you guys for coming out. My name is Hot Mike. I am the guy in the sky, the man with the plan, here to tell you about all what's going on down there. And you know what? This is first round of eliminations, and we're starting off with the Hot Rod class, presented by Scoggins-Dickey Parts Center. All right, this is your first round elimination. Starting right here. So kicking things off here for the Scoggins-Dickey Parts Center's Hot Rod class. On the Napa Auto Parts side, Philip Pennington from Three Rivers, Texas, going against Jamie Abbott from Arlington, Texas. SRT Jacks Wax, SCCS Cabinets. The Firebird has the Nelson Performance Lane. There's a 1090 the top side. That means if you go faster than 1090, you're done. That's a breakout. Loaded up. Red light launch there. SRT gives it away right away. Jamie Abbott's out of there. Philip Pennington, nice little coast down to the top end of the track is all he needs. And on a 1090, he runs a 1090 with a 3, so he's going to continue to be deadly today. Let's bring up Quick Rod, presented by Houston Cheap Fireworks. Quick Rod, lanes 7 and 8. Quick Rod to the back of lanes 7 and 8 for Houston Cheap Fireworks. That'll bring up Richard the Kid Ortegon in a 1982 Chevrolet Camaro and a 1970 Camaro. Chris Harlison out of Azle, Texas. The first year for the second generation Camaro. Beautiful machine here on the Nelson Performance Lane. The Kid, fantastic machine over there on the Napa side. Been watching him since I've been announcing. One of the first drivers I recall. Nice little launch here. Easy peasy. Both of them on it again at the halfway point. Too close to tell down at the top side. Edge out of the top end. A 1090 with a 7. The Kid breaks out of the top end. So a 1090 with a 7 for Chris Harrelson. So we should have stock by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurants being paired to the back of lanes 6 and 7. And we need Quick Rod to the back of lanes for Houston Cheap Fireworks. Quick Rod to the back of lanes for pairing Houston Cheap Fireworks. Ray Dew out of League, Texas. He's got the Nova for Polar Blast Incorporated. A Automotive, Mickey Thompson of Powell Brothers, but he's getting down the track next to Hank Stevens out of Palestine, Texas. And down at the top side of the track, new win light comes up for Hank Stevens at 1094, but his reaction time is what really got him there with a 009 at the top, or at the beginning to the 051 light. So Ray Dew could not hold on to it. So we're going to see Hank Stevens again to the next round. Alan Bracey up next for SDPC Race Shop, Wicked Motorsports, rather, on the Napa Lane. Beautiful Camaro. These are some great-looking cars. Jeremy Wensky, 1972 Chevy Vega, making sure that his contingency stickers are well viewed here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Clean and green on both sides of the track, so this is going to be a race down to the top without going too fast. That is the key. So we're halfway through it right now. It is really too close to call. Across the stripe, your win line comes up there for 1095. Alan Bracey just edging out Jeremy Wensky. I need Quick Rod. Quick Rod presented by Houston Cheap Fireworks. Quick Rod, lanes 7 and 8 preparing. Van Arnold out of Houston with a 67 Camaro, truck rather. Chris LeBlanc out of Pearland. And a breakout from Chris, a 1090 win there for Van Arnold. Let's go ahead and bring up our Good Vibrations Top Sportsman presented by Sunset Performance Racing Engines. That's Good Vibrations Top Performance presented by Sunset Performance Racing Engines. Lanes 4 and 5. Matt Exner from Baytown, 72 Nova. Tony Jones, your number one car, sponsored by himself. It's a good combination. With a 67 Camaro. Now chasing down Exner. Exner at the front and across the stripe there. Exner too fast, trying to hold off Jones. Jones 1094 for the win. And that's why he's number one. Mark Rodriguez. 69 Camaro on the Napa Auto Parts side. Oh, lucky. Jared Ross from Longview, Texas, 1967 Camaro. Here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Jared's out of Longview, Texas with that Camaro. So big wheels in the air there for Mark Rodriguez. And across the stripe, is it too much? Is it too fast? No, but it's not enough to hold it off. 1094 to a 1094. Again,
the stars of today. It's the Mopar Nitro Jam National, presented by Williams Racing. Saturday and Sunday, August 15th and 16th. Saturday, 3 p.m., Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Grand Bend Motorplex. Witness Amsoil Nitro Funny Cars. Crower Pro Mods. U.S. Bounty Hunters Pro Stock. Top Fuel Dragsters, Jets, and more. Mopar Nitro Jam Nationals. August 15th and 16th. Grand Bend Motorplex. Nitro Jam, where legends are born.
Any engine, any season. At home, at the track, or on the trail. Amsoil for any engine.
all right, this is our stock class presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. This is a laddered class with Shane Blackman on the Napa Auto Parts side out of Leander, Texas. For Blackman Racing, James Carter from Forney, Texas with a 67 Camaro. There are no buybacks today. The Blackman is already pre-staged. Carter now making his way up there. There he goes. Full stage for Blackman, full stage for Carter. Here comes the light, green and green. So this is going to be down to the top side. We got clean and green at the starting line at the 8th mile. And across the stripe, your win light will come up with 11:43 off of a 1090 dial. We're going to see Carter back up here one more time. That'll bring up Rusty Hall on the Napa Auto Parts side and Philip Giles from Flatonia for Giles Racing. Rusty's from Angleton, Texas. 1967 Ford Mustang next to the Copo Camaro over here of Giles. .10 flat with 1079 dial. Big wheels up there for the Mustang. Looks great, but will it be enough to hold off the Copo Camaro? Halfway through it, we're getting down to the top side. It's going to be close. Win live for the Copo Camaro. 10 flat with an 0-3. 10 flat with an 0-3. Philip Giles. Beautiful job. Okay, next up, Hunter Fiordola. Out of Seguin from Mission Garage with 1160 dialed up. Matt Pellicino out of Hammond, Louisiana. Diamond Racing, Matt Pellicino Motorsports, the 1033 rather. His Corvette on the Nelson Performance Lane. Wheels up on both sides, but we got a red light here for Matt Pellicino. Hunter Fiordola on to the next round. I need Super Rod. Super Rod presented by Charlie Stewart Race Cars, lanes 6 and 7. Super Rod by Charlie Stewart Race Cars. So Justin Hutto, I'm second. At least that's what his tech card says for Hutto Racing. Jimmy Hutto trying to chase him down. So Jimmy on the Nelson Performance Lane. And across the time, it looks like Justin Hutto is not second this time. So Sheila Holt, the chick with a stick, now giving chase over here to Chris Harrelson. And she's got her hands full across the finish line. And there's the win light over here. Chris Harrelson, the Lupe Tortilla machine's not able to catch up. And she was a little sleepy on the light there. And with the bye run, we've got J. Allen Sherman out of Donaldson for Sherman Racing. Goodyear tires, Trumbull Racing engines. Has the bypass automatically on his way to second round. And we need the good vibration Top Sportsman presented by Sunset Performance Racing Engines to lanes 4 and 5. Big wheel stand for the Corvette. Carries it out there about 60 feet before he puts it back down. Down across the stripe there. Runs on a 10.23. Strong pass. Big rods are coming. And we need Super Rod, presented by Charlie Stewart Race Cars. Super Rod, lane 6 and 7. Rodney Dupree out of Snyder, Texas, has the motor on the stick of the Napa Auto Parts side. The door car of Robert Garbs trying to hold him off, and he does so. We're going to see that 55 one more time. Garbs Production Services, Chevrolet 210, man. That's a beautiful car. We're going to see it again into round number 2. That brings up Tony Farmer for Platinum Collision Part Performance Carbs, and Brian Turner out of San Marcos. Brian has the Nelson Performance Lane. Tony Farmer on the Napa Auto Parts side. Still looking for our Good Vibrations Top Sportsman, presented by Sunset Performance Racing Engines. Good Vibrations Top Sportsman to the lanes. Sunset Performance Racing Engine start. Oh, a red light here for Brian Turner. Tony Farmer on his way to the next round. So your next pair on the start line will be Kevin Bracey out of Midland, Texas for SDTC Race Shop Wicked Motorsports. And for Little River Dragway, Kirk Wolf for the 2010 Mondin. And he's on the Nelson Performance Lane. Super Rod, presented by Charlie Stewart Race Cars. Super Rod, lanes 6 and 7. Last call on the Good Vibrations Top Sportsman, presented by Sunset Performance Race Engines. Last call, Good Vibrations Top Sportsman. Nice job, good as any. Kirk Wolf, Kevin Bracey. Bracey on the left, Wolf on the right. Bracey with the win at the top side. 893 and an 890 now. Break out of the top side for Kirk Wolf, trying to hold him off. And he had a double or 0007 light, and he gave it up by breaking out of the top end. Kevin Pitcha for Pitcha Automotive out of Sweet Home, Texas. Steve Pyle from Plantersville, Texas, with an 09 Mullis chassis, has the Nelson Performance Lane, and Kevin Pitcha has got the Napa Auto Parts side. Kevin Pitcha starts off with a red light, giving the win over here to Steve Pyle. We'll see Steve again to round number 2, the 893 on that 890 now. So Steve will be back. And that was the completion of the quick rod presented by Houston Cheap Fireworks. Houston Cheap Fireworks, that's the end of that first round for them. Good Vibrations Top Sportsman's coming up next. That's presented by Sunset Performance Racing Engines. Super Rod by Charlie Stewart Race Cars. You guys should be in lanes 6 and 7. And let's make room for the Good Vibrations Top Dragster presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. That's the Top Dragster class. Good Vibrations presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center to lanes 8 and 9 for pairing. Your first pair, the first round of your Good Vibrations Top Sportsman class, presented by Sunset Racing, Performance Racing Engines, rather. This is your first pair, and that will be Matt Crisp and Marlon Goetz. Crisp, out of Castroville, Texas, All-In Design, Mission Racing, Greg Hubble Race Cars, and Marlon Goetz is Olds Supreme here on the Nelson Performance Lane. So Goetz, the first one to find a pre-stage bulb. Now Crisp bumping in there. Goetz easing in there. Here's Crisp. He's got full stage. All right, that's clean and green on both sides. This is going to be good times. We got very similar reaction times. Down at the top side, looks like Crisp is out front, and he still stays there. 7:73 for the win. At 7:37, Marlon Goetz could not catch him. A margin of victory of .092 seconds. Here we go. Monty Weaver out of Lubbock, Texas, with a 1963 Coupe Corvette. He'll be back in the Joker up next to J.M. Harrison. Harrison out of Odessa with an 01 Grand Dam for J.M. Transmissions. Had some leakage earlier, couldn't make the time trial. One didn't ladder anyway, so he's backing up very slowly here. I think he's probably checking to see if he's leaving anything behind as he's doing so. So Weaver on the Napa side, Harrison over here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Green lights, and a good one, too. That Pontiac able to hold off that Corvette. Let's find out the top side. And no, not this time. A 006 light does not hold off the 13 of Monty Weaver. Monty with a 763, a margin of .165 seconds. So better than an eighth of a second. Monty's got the win. Seems I haven't been doing my job, boys and girls. I need to remind you guys to get something to eat. Concession stands is open. We've got food there. Make sure you top off your tank. Stay hydrated. It's going to get hot out here if it's not already. I wouldn't know. I'm in the air conditioner. Also, souvenir stand is open right next to the concession stands. Make sure you stop and get yourself some memorabilia from right here in San Antonio Raceway. I need good vibrations. Top Dragster, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. I need good vibrations. I'm going to start singing if I don't get you guys up here pretty quick, and you don't want that. So we want good vibrations. Top Dragster, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. Come on. Roger Massey next up in the Napa Auto Parts side out of Gilmer, Texas. 03 Chevrolet Cavalier. Next to Leslie Douglas. An 97 Olds Cutlass Supreme. That's a 745 with a 772 dial. Ooh, boy, look at that. Look at that. Identical on the reaction time. Let's take it down to the top side. And the win light comes on for Douglas. 745 with a 9 to a 764. So there's your win light there. We're going to see that Olds Cutlass one more time. That's Jerry Jordan on the Napa Auto Parts side out of Gilmer, Texas, sponsored by his Back Pocket. And Lance Rutland from Spring, Texas with a 1963 Corvette. Very popular body style here in drag racing. He's got the Nelson Performance Lane. Still looking for all of our Good Vibrations Top Dragsters, presented by Scoggin Dickey Partner. We need our Good Vibrations Top Dragsters, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center to lanes 8 and 9. Get paired up. So a nice hard launch there. A red light goes out there for Jerry Jordan and Lance Rutland. His 63 Corvette into the next round. Attention to the pits. Attention to the pits. I need car T475. What are you doing? We're waiting on you. Let's bring it up here. Are you broke? I don't want to assume you're broke. But we will assume you're broke. And that would stink. And this is Super Rod, presented by Charlie Stewart Race Cars. And Brandon Meadows with a double breakout win. Brandon for B&M Automotive, Rodney Smith Racing, beats out Eddie McDowell from Waco, Texas, with a double breakout win. This is the Charlie Stewart Race Cars Super Rod class with Preston Pennington on the Napa lane and Christopher Best out of Plano, the 1969 wife-sponsored Nova here on the Nelson Performance lane. Still like to see our Good Vibrations Top Dragster presented by Scoggin Dickey Parts Center to the lanes. Looking for Top Dragster. Noah's out in front. Here comes Pennington. Pennington trying to take down Christopher Best, and does. So we're going to see that roadster just eke on past Christopher Best for a win with a margin of .010 seconds. A breakout for Christopher Best, trying to hold off that onslaught, and it cost him the win. So we're going to see Preston Pennington back again. James Carter out of Forney, Texas. Cy Hill, 1992 Chevrolet Corvette out of Lubbock. There's a red light there for James Carter, and a win for Cy Hill. All right, trying to get some good vibrations going here. This is the top dragster class I'm talking about. We've got a few that are getting paired to the back. You guys are sponsored by the Scoggins Dickey Parts Center, and you guys are making me look bad, making me look like I'm not doing my job. I need cars. I need race cars, top dragsters in particular, to the back of the lanes for pairing. Though I can't see through that big wall there, I do understand that there's a few of you, but not all of you. So I need the good vibrations top dragster presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. We need you preparing. And let's bring Superstock, presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant, to lanes 4 and 5. So again, those top dragsters, I need you up there for pairing. Guys, my lanes are empty. The alternative is karaoke up here with me and Frank, and we all know how that's going to go.
what you drive, Summit Racing Equipment has great parts at great prices. Summit Racing has the lowest prices guaranteed on the parts, tools, and accessories for high-performance cars and racing, trucks and off-roading, daily drivers, late model vehicles, and more. With over 900 brand-name manufacturers to choose from, you'll always get great parts at great prices. Plus, you'll find money-saving deals on thousands of in-stock parts every day. Get the best parts and accessories for what you drive at Summit Racing. Visit summitracing.com.
Go ahead and be a dreamer, but you need to go after it. Take the high road. We'll be honest, sincere, above board, no cheating, no lying, nothing underhanded. Gotta have integrity. Treat people properly. Treat them the way you want to be treated. Don't give up. The harder you work, the luckier you get.
Of yesterday, the stars of today. It's the Mopar Nitro Jam National, presented by Williams Racing. Saturday and Sunday, August 15th and 16th. Saturday, 3 p.m., Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Grand Bend Motorplex. Witness Amsoil Nitro Funny Cars, Crower Pro Mods, U.S. Bounty Hunters Pro Stock, Top Fuel Dragsters, Jets, and more. Mopar Nitro Jam Nationals, August 15th and 16th. Grand Bend Motorplex. Nitro Jam, where legends are born.
21st and 22nd, the baddest store cars on the planet are gonna rock Memphis International Raceway. It's the PDRA Memphis Drag. See 3-second Probots blaze the 8 mile at over 220 miles an hour. Plus Jet Funny Car, qualifying all day Friday. Saturday, see Danny, Dave, and Chuck from the world-famous Street Outlaws. Eliminations at 4 p.m. Look for discount tickets at local merchants or online at PDRA660.com. Every ticket's a pit pass. August 21st and 22nd, Memphis International Raceway.
Newest consumer fireworks at unbelievable low prices. See the website for the low prices, coupons, and locations. HoustonCheapFireworks.com. Sorry about that. Scott Ball just taking a win light over Kevin Wilson with a red light launch there from Kevin. So Scott Ball from Mission Auto Parts advances to the next round. Ronnie Hughes out of Decanter, Texas on the Napa Auto Parts side. I'm going to correct that. I'm going to go with Decatur, Texas. Ronnie Anderson has the orange and black machine here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Anderson's down to 739 to the 757 of Hughes. There's a red light there for Anderson. Ronnie Hughes will get the win with a 001 light. Boy. Ronnie Hughes with the win. And that'll bring up Todd Robinson out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Todd is taking on Jeff Rabideau. Rabideau has the Nelson Performance Lane. Robinson over there on the Napa Auto Parts side. Let's get our Super Stock, presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. Super Stock. Let's get you up here in lanes 4 and 5. Super Stock. Get you paired up. Todd Robinson, a terrific light. So does Rabideau. And Robinson off his dial, get this by 002, a 004, but this is all from the beginning here. 00s from both drivers. A 002 was the reaction time for Rabideau, and he was off his dial by 004 with a breakout from Robinson by only 002. This is just a game of doubles. So Robinson, unfortunately, a great effort, edged out there by Jeff Rabideau. So Greg Muth on the Napa Auto Parts side. He'll be facing off against Jimmy Wenger. Greg Muth for Quality Care Auto and Sales out there in Boerne, Texas. Red light there for Jimmy Wenger. That is a win for Greg Muth, and I'm sure he's got a huge smile right now. Mike Crater from Bedford, Texas for C&W Stoneworks. He's taking on David Bills. Bills here on the Nelson Performance Lane, dials up a 719. He'll be leaving after the 733 of Crater, so Bills tasked with the job of chasing him down. For the 719, that's going to put him upwards of 180 miles per hour getting from here to the far end of the track. So Bills is waiting on Crater. There he is. Here comes the lights. Clean and green. That's how we like to see it. Bills now trying to look out the side there at Crater. He's able to do it. He's a little bit slower off the line, but he was able to get closer to his dial. So David Bills is able to take out Mike Crater. That'll bring up Wynette Hudgens. Hudgens from Scoggins Dickey Racing Shop. Oh, my goodness. Lee A. Inc. She's got Old Glory on the Napa Auto Parts side. Kurt Harvey from Rolette, Texas. Raffer P. Construction, Mickey Thompson Tires, Hughes Performance, Pro Machine Service. That's Kurt over here in the Nelson Performance Lane. Oh, red light there for Wynette. She's not going to like that. She goes red by 0.01 seconds. And there's a win there for Kurt Harvey, so he's going to make Rapper Construction pretty happy. And we get to see Harvey one more time. Make this another call for the Superstock class presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant to the back of the lanes for pairing. Superstock by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. Back of the lanes for pairing. I know I don't have to call this very often. Let's bring up our Torque Tools junior drivers. Our beginner class presented by Torque Tools Incorporated to lane 1. Junior driver beginner class, lane 1 for Torque Tools Incorporated. Junior advanced class, also by Torque Tools Incorporated, lane 2. Junior advanced, lane 2. Terry Pollard just picks one away from Cole Weaver with a red light launch there from Weaver. So we're going to see Pollard one more time. And let's also bring up our Junior Masters. Junior Masters presented by Torque Tools Incorporated to lane 3. So juniors, let's bring you guys up. Lanes 1, 2, and 3. So Andy Mears from Lubbock, Texas. Mears Manzola. Jegs. SDPC Motors. Mike Carpenter. All helping to sponsor the Bonsai blown drags from the Napa Auto Parts side. Michael Keelick from Lavernia, Texas. For Keelick Irrigation, he's got the Nelson Performance Lane. He's down up the 742 to the 711 of Andy Mears. Red light for Keelick. That is not going to make him happy. Or Mrs. Keelick, for that matter. And a break out of the top, man. Keelick off his dial by just 001, but gives it away with a 001 reaction on the red light. That was a double red light, but first or worst in bracket racing, unfortunately. So we will see Andy Mears again with that blown dragster. Bonsai will be back for the next round. And that brings up our next pair on the start line, Peeps Pennington. He's got the Napa Auto Parts side for Huntsville Engines and Mickey Thompson. And next to him, Matt Esper for Porky's Garage and Nagalitos Gear. That's right, I said it. Porky's Garage. He's out of Marion, Texas. That is clean and green on both sides. Peeps is not going to let him out of his sight, though. Here he comes, trying to take out Esper and across the stripe. There's your win light for Peeps Pennington. Running his dial with a 16 off his dial. And your bye run here will be David Johns. And all it really has to do is cross the stripe, and he'll be on to the next round. Actually, all he's really got to do is break the beams, and he's good. But no, he's going to make a full run out of it. At 697 his dial-in. Look at this, the top side. 189 miles per hour to 696. Oh, my goodness. And it's an active class, but that wraps up our Good Vibrations Top Drags are presented by Scoggins Dickey Part Center. And that will bring up next our Superstock class, presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. Here we go. Superstock presented. Superstock. Try that again. Superstock presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. I'm not nervous or anything. This is just how I am. And Lupe Tortilla on the Napa Auto Parts side as well. That's Stan Holt out of Houston with a 66 Chevy 2. Dale Holquist from Crosby, Texas with a 1998 Pontiac Grand Am, sponsored by Pyle Brothers Performance Differentials, American Glass Distributors, and a whole bunch more. That's all I've got room for. But his Pontiac is over here on the Nelson Performance Lane. He's got a 1054 to a 966. So we've got Stan and Dale. Dale will leave the line first as Stan hunts him down. To both sides. Oh, missed the gear change. He's off the throttle, and why as he does so. Kills the engine as he comes to a coast. It looks like he's still okay about it. Not coasting off the out of the groove. But he's definitely slowed down. Now that the engine shut off, we may go chase him down and see if we can help him off the track. But there's a win light there for Dale Holquist. Let's take a look here to see if he's going to off the edge of the road, or if he's just going to make it. So slow rolling, he'll make that first turnout. And we'll see Dale Holquist again. Sorry, who did you see? I need him. from home. So Kelly Pot Hall on the Napa Auto Parts lane, driving the Ford Mustang. Next to Cody Blackman. Blackman in the Chevy Cavalier on the Nelson Performance side has a 1014. Cody will be chasing the 1135 of Kelly Pot Hall. Hall Hall. Red light launches for both of them. First to worst, and this time it's Kelly who goes red light first. So she gives the win over here to Cody Blackman. And looks like that'll finish out our first round of eliminations in the big cars. We're bringing up our first round in the little cars. This is your Torque Tools Incorporated Junior Dragsters. And this is your beginner class. So we've got a girl fight going on right now. We've got Audrey Wensky down on the Napa Auto Parts side next to Scarlett Finch. Scarlet Fever over here in the Nelson Performance lane. 1190 to 1225. I know why they did this. They didn't want to fight the boys too soon because they didn't want to hurt the boys' feelings when they beat them. I know that's what happened. So they're going to take on each other, see who gets the right to go up against the boys. Either that or the boys were scared and they came up late and didn't get paired up. Good chance of it. Just saying. So Scarlet Fever sponsored by AMM Collision. And let's bring up round number 2 in your hot rod, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. Round 2, lanes 4 and 5. Hot rod, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center, lanes 4 and 5. Oh, red light there for Scarlett Finch. Oh, she's not going to like that too much. Audrey Wensky will find herself into the next round. That's going to be a tough break, but I mean, this is our beginner class. They're learning how this all works. I know this is something that she's probably familiar with as we're late in the season, but darn, you hate to go out like that even when you're in the bigger cars. Well, next up, we've got Colton Ryder and Landon Exner. Colton's out of Houston with an 1193. Landon Exner from Baytown with an 07 half scale. And he's got a 1210 dialed in. So Colton Reeder gets their first edging out Landon Exner. Be careful what you wish for, guys. One of you guys has got to go up to fight one of these girls. Just saying, they're pretty tough. Our track champion is also a girl, so careful what you wish for. Evan Wellborn, Ashford Home, sponsored over on the Napa Auto Parts side. Riley Trumbull from Pasadena, Texas, over here on the Nelson Performance lane. Got that top fuel wing on the back of it. This is a 2014 Hercules car. Again, we're looking for Hot Rod. Hot Rod, Hot Rod. Presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. Hot Rod. Presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. Lanes 4 and 5. So Riley waiting on Evan. Getting some last-minute tips there from crew chief. A 12:09 for Evan. We'll be chasing the 12:21 of Riley Trumbull. Deep stage. Gave him a red light on that one. Rolled out of the beam there. Riley Trumbull hands it over to Evan Wellborn. Unfortunate red light launch there. It happens with the big cars too. So this is something that you see less and less of as they progress into their career. But it does happen from time to time. You get a little itchy and that just ease up off that brake and it just bumps in there. So that did happen. Let's go ahead and bring up our stock presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurants. Let's bring you to the back of the lanes for your pairing. Stock cars by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurants to the back of the lanes. So Aiden Alvarez out of Yoakum, Texas for Alvarez Paint and Body Shop ends up with a first-round bye. And not too bad. This is his third event ever. So he's gotten some experience this week, and I saw him Friday night. Missed his action yesterday. I wasn't here. But it was pretty fun watching these juniors begin their careers and then watch them grow and go into the big cars. And it really starts to age you a little bit when you realize you've been watching them that long. They started at 8 years old, and they could start driving the big ones about the time they get a driver's license. So Aiden Alvarez, he gets out of the gate a little bit early with an 0.38 to the red light, but he gets it out of his system now. It's a bye run, no problem, no sweat. He's on to round number 2. That brings up our Junior Advance presented by Torque Tools Incorporated. Now Junior Advance class. So starting things off on our Junior Advance is going to be Carson Wenger, Odessa, Texas, on the Napa Auto Parts side. Cody Hughes from Decatur, Texas, over here on the Nelson Performance lane. All right, Hot Rod class. Hot Rod class. I'm looking at car 410, car 410, Hot Rod. Carson Wenger loaded up, waiting for Cody. Cody's now into the pre-stage. Carson not wasting any time. There's a full stage on both sides. Red light launch over here for Carson Wenger. Cody Hughes gets the win. I don't know if that was part of a burn-down strategy or what, but he's got it. So there's a red light launch there from Carson. Handed over here to Cody Hughes. Hey, while we got these juniors rolling, make sure that you stop by and get yourself something to eat and drink. Concessions are open. Souvenir stands are open. There's no need to leave here hungry. We've got plenty of food. And you know what? If you're out there and you see a starving racer, feed him. It's going to go a long way. Pay it forward. Concessions are open. Souvenir stands. Get some shade on. Get yourself a new hat, new shirt. Some of y'all need a new shirt. I'm not pointing fingers, but you know who you are. So now we've got Ty Farmer from Platinum Collision on the Napa Auto Parts side from Midland, Texas. Hayden Trumbull from Pasadena. He's got the Nelson Performance Lane, and he went red. Rolled out of the beams. This is not a happy sight for juniors today. Just rolling out of the beams. You can't get there. You've got no reverse gear, so boys, girls got to hold that brake. So not a happy Hayden, but a very happy Farmer. Well, here's Lucas Turner on the Napa Auto Parts side. He's a race witness, Ultimate Gas Anesthesia. He's on the Napa Auto Parts side. Graham Ruffinox out of Round Rock, Texas, sponsored by dear old Dad, over here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Ruffinox dialed an 893, 1150 here for Lucas Turner. All right, so Lucas got a little pullback from the official. Rolled a little too deep in there and got beyond the courtesy stage. Ruffinock now bumped in. Lucas got the light. It's green, but just fell flat when he hit the throttle. It was a little off on his last pass, or on the time trial, and it didn't look good then, and looks like it's persisting now. So unfortunate loss for him. Graham Ruffinock does not break out of the top end with a 9 flat. And we're going to see Graham Ruffinock back again for round number 2, and an unfortunate mechanical issue here for Lucas Turner. Hey, I'm not doing a great job of hitting our own sponsors here. We've got a lot of stuff going on here at San Antonio Raceway, and Shark Bite is on the property to keep you cool. So get yourself some Italian shaved ice. That's Shark Bite. Feel free to bring one by the tower. 4 by the tower. That'd be all right. That's going to be Shark Bites, shaved ice up here in the tower. They're not located here. Bring some to the tower. I Need Stock, presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant, to the back of the lanes. Stock cars to the back of the lanes. And Quick Rod, presented by Houston Cheap Fireworks, to the back of the lanes. The back of the lanes is going to be busy. So Quick Rod and Stock. Trey Ryder, next up on the Napa Auto Parts side, out of Houston, with an 890 to the 895 dial of Talent Farmer. Platinum Collision. Once again, Stock, presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant, to the back of the lanes, along with Quick Rod by Houston Cheap Fireworks, also to the back of the lanes. So 890 on the left, 895 on the right. We're going to see Ty Farmer leave by 0.05 seconds. It'd be even hard to see that difference here on the starting line. Well, here comes your lights now. And we got green on both sides. This is a good sign, as we got a race side by side. We're at the halfway point now, the 330. Who's going to get there first? Across the right there, a win line for Trey Ryder as a breakout from Talent Farmer by 0.0085, trying to hold off Ryder. And that's going to end our advanced class and begin our Masters class. This is the Junior Masters presented by Torque Tools Incorporated. That'll be Justin Hutto on the Napa Auto Parts side with an 04 Hardens. And Cody Garceau for Lacer Motorsports. Nick Woods Racing and Jamie Garceau Sensi. Although Cody's out of Las Vegas, he's no stranger here to San Antonio Raceway. One of our transplanted racers we sent out across the world. Cut their teeth here and moved on out there to Las Vegas. Probably kicking tail and taking names out there as well. So Huddle's now fully staged, and red light out there for Garceau. Just got out just a little bit early. A 795 for Justin Hutto on that run. He dialed up a 793, so he still has a little bit of room to spare. There's the win light. We're going to see Justin Hutto one more time. And I still need stock cars. I need stock class presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant to the back of the lanes. Also, Quick Rod by Houston Cheap Fireworks to the back of the lanes. And on the starting line, defending track champion on the Napa Auto Parts side, Ashley Hubble. Her list of sponsorship is immense. Blackjack Speed Shop on the side of her car. Also on our starting line, that's Tim Duncan's shop out here. All In Designs, Armendia Plumbing, Bear Waste, Classic Electric, Jim Cole Racing Engines, just to name a few, helping get Ashley Hubble down to the far end of the track the fastest. Hayden Muth, Quality Care Automotive and Sales, with dear old dad Greg Muth out there helping get Caden set up. Little fist bump action there from Muth to Muth. Pre-stage on both sides. Muth first to go in. Ashley now bumped in. That is green lights on both sides. This is going to be a tough one. Who's going to run their number? And across the finish line, who's going to get there first? A breakout from Caden Muth, rather. 798 win there for Ashley Hubble. And she's still marching on. You can expect her to go some rounds. And your buy run this round will be Bryce Grenier out of Louisiana for Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurants. Man, Bryce with a double 05 light. Fantastic run there. Runs a 790 with a 790 dial. Ooh, look out, Bryce Grenier. And that brings out Hot Rod with stock. Presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurants. Last call to the back of the lanes. Quick Rod. Presented by Houston Cheap Fireworks to the back of the lanes preparing. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and start getting up our Good Vibrations Top Sportsman presented by Sunset Performance Racing Engines, the lanes 4 and 5. So that's going to be the Good Vibrations Top Sportsman presented by Sunset Performance Racing Engines, the lanes 4 and 5. That's your first call for round number 2 of eliminations. Philip Pennington's got the door car on the Napa Auto Parts side. Loving that Chevy Nova. Pulls up next to the Hank Stevens Chevy Camaro. 67 model here on the Nelson Performance Lane. He's out at 10. Well, these are both 1090 cars in the hot rod class. Again, sponsored by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. All right, here we go. Clean and green on both sides. Camaro's out in front. Here comes Pennington. Will Pennington have enough real estate? Will he go too fast? Will he break out? Will the Camaro hold him off? Oh, boy, Hank Stevens takes out Pennington. Oops. So that'll bring up Van Arnold out of Houston with a 67 Chevrolet C10. And Jared Ross from Longview, Texas with a 1967 Camaro. It always baffles me, but they've got it down to a science why these cars start out hard, they bump through just a little bit, and then they haul butt down to the far side and across that stripe. You can see it. There's the Jared Ross Camaro taking out the pickup truck. That C10 is done from Van Arnold. So that brings up Alan Bracey from Lubbock for SDPC Race Shop, Wicked Motorsports. 68 Camaro, 67 Camaro, sponsored by himself. Out of Gilmer, Texas, Tony Jones, your number one in hot rod. That's your world champion running down the right side. And a breakout, hands it over to Alan Bracey. Gives himself the loss for the night. Tony Jones, he's done for the day. And we're going to see Alan Bracey again. Chris Harrelson with a 70 Camaro has the buy run for this pass. Chris Harrelson just inching through there, just bumping in there. There it goes. The name of the game is consistency. Let's see what we got at the top side. Does it go too fast? 1088. I have to slow that down just a little bit. All right, you guys did it to me. You left me open here. I got nobody in the lanes. You made it look like I'm not doing my job. I need to make sure that you can hear me. Stock presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurants. Where you at? You should be at the back of the lanes getting paired. Quick Rod presented by Houston Cheap Fireworks. You should be at the back of the lanes getting paired. Here's the open threat, and it's not a threat, it's more of a promise. I have the microphone, and I want to see racing. Or I get to sing. Take your pick. Let's get all of our winners. If you won last round, let's bring you back up here. We'll get you sorted out and get you down the track, but let's get you guys back up here. We want to see some race cars. In the meantime, to avoid the singing sensation that I am, let's go ahead and go through some of what we got going on, and that is concessions. Get yourself something to eat. It is good stuff. Souvenir stands are open as well. Also, don't forget, if you winner or runner-up, you don't get your contingency unless we get a picture. So don't load up and take off without getting that picture taken. I hope you brushed your teeth. So winners and runners-up, you want the contingency money, make sure that you get your picture taken. it's quiet out there. Woo. So if you've won the last round, let's go ahead and get you guys back up here. We'd like to keep this show going, if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. Let's see. I don't know if you know the story about San Antonio Raceway, what's happened over the last year. We've had a resurrection, if you will, at the racetrack. And we had a lull where we didn't have anything going on for a few months. And we had a lot of our friends come together and help put this place back together. This was more of a grassroots movement with volunteers helping to mow the grass and weed eat and paint and some electrical help and some plumbing help. But we've also gotten some sponsors to help pitch in some cash to make this happen as well.
No matter what you drive, Summit Racing Equipment has great parts at great prices. Summit Racing has the lowest prices guaranteed on the parts, tools, and accessories for high-performance cars and racing, trucks and off-roading, daily drivers, late model vehicles, and more. With over 900 brand-name manufacturers to choose from, you'll always get great parts at great prices. Plus, you'll find money-saving deals on thousands of in-stock parts every day. Get the best parts and accessories for what you drive at Summit Racing. Visit summitracing.com.
America, it's time to rally. It's time to take part in the adventure of a lifetime. We want you and a friend to join us for the AMSOIL America Adventure this October. The week-long rally starts in Deadwood, South Dakota and wraps up as VIP guests at the Monster Energy Cup in Las Vegas. The trip is more than just a car ride. Each day, the goal is to beat your competition in unique challenges and missions to earn points towards the game's grand prize to be awarded in Vegas. Register at AMSOILRacing.com for your chance to win an all-expenses-paid entry for two into the AMSOIL America Adventure.
The cars of yesterday, the stars of today. It's the Mopar Nitro Jam National, presented by Williams Racing. Saturday and Sunday, August 15th and 16th. Saturday, 3 p.m., Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Grand Bend Motorplex. Witness AMSOIL Nitro Funny Cars. Crower Pro Mods. U.S. Bounty Hunters Pro Stock. Top Fuel Dragsters, Jets, and more. Mopar Nitro Jam Nationals. August 15th and 16th. Grand Bend Motorplex. Nitro Jam, where legends are born.
Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. We need you back in lanes. We've got about half the field. We'd like to be up here talking about you guys versus talking about some of our sponsors, although we do appreciate our sponsors. The alternative is I started showing slides from my vacation this year. So we can
tickets at local merchants or online at PDRA660.com. Every ticket's a pit pass. August 21st to 22nd, Memphis International Raceway.
Woo-hoo, here we go. This is Quick Rod presented by Houston Cheap Fireworks. And that'll be Steve Pio on the Napa Auto Parts side from Plantersville, Texas, and Tony Farmer from Midland, Texas, on the Nelson Performance Lane. This is Platinum Collision Power Performance Carbs, and they're backing it up to put it underneath the Blackjack tent to get going down the track here. This is your second round of eliminations for the Quick Rod class. And again, if you're a previous round winner, let's bring it back up here for your next round of eliminations. All classes, if you won last pass, bring it back up. Again, you've got Steve Pyle, the Napa Auto Parts side, and Tony Farmer here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Red light there for Steve. We got Tony Farmer with a win. That'll bring up Kevin Bracey from Midland, Texas for SDPC Race Shop and Wicked Motorsports. Robert Garbs for Garbs Production Services out of Sealy. And the Chevrolet 1955, that's a 210 two-door post. Beautiful car. Love these Tri-5 Chevys. He's on the Nelson Performance Lane. Again, all classes, all winners. Bring it back up here. Don't forget, if you winner or runner-up, you need to get your picture taken or no contingency money for you, and we have one big party. Just saying. .55 is out in front, but here comes Kevin Bracey. Will Bracey catch up with Garbs at the top side? And it's going to be close. It's a breakout for Garbs and a win light there for Kevin Bracey. This will bring up the stock class presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurants. And they're coming to you next. This will be round 2 of eliminations. All winners from previous rounds, all winners, bring it back up. So this will bring up Justin Hutto on the Napa side for I'm Second Hutto Racing. I guess I'm the Second Hutto Racing. Out of Spring, Texas. J. Allen Sherman has a 2000 model Corvette here on the Nelson Performance Lane. He's out of 10-24, 11-16 over there for Hutto. Up on the converter before you find that second stage. There it is. Pulley stage on both sides. Eli coming down clean and green on both sides. Here we go. Hutto on the left side. Jalen Sherman on the right side. And we're halfway through it now. Here comes that Corvette trying to catch that Nova. And does he? No, sir. Not this time. Justin Hutto. So that'll bring up Hunter Paradola out of Seguin from Mission Garage on the Napa side with a 74 Pontiac Firebird, and Philip Giles from Flatonia, Texas with a 2014 Copo Camaro. Giles Racing, a 985, will be chasing down the 1162. The 985 for that purpose-built General Motors toy right there. It's got a license plate on the back of it, but I seriously doubt this car's on the track. This is an incredible car. It's designed specifically for drag racing, and it's over here on the Napa Lane, or the Nelson Lane, rather. And a red light. Doesn't even have to strike. Philip Giles will get the win with Hunter Paradola going red. And this will be your last pair here in the stock class, presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and reline up that Firebird here on the Napa Auto Parts side. That'll be Chris Harrelson from Azle, Texas, with a 95 F-body. The first-generation Camaro, James Carter with a 1967 machine here from Forney, Texas, down up at 1090 to the 1112 of Chris Harrelson. Here we go. The General fight themselves up here. The Firebird on the left side, the Camaro here on the right side. And at the 1320, your win light comes up, not for the right lane, but for the left side. We're going to see that Firebird and Chris Harrelson back here to take on Hutto. So Hutto will be facing Harrelson in the semifinals. Giles will have a bye run. That brings up one of my favorite classes. This should be Top Sportsman. Top Sportsman, the Good Vibration Top Sportsman, presented by Sunset Performance Racing Engines. That is all winners. This is a call out to all winners. That includes juniors. Let's get our Torque Tools Incorporated juniors back up here as well. Monty Weaver out of Lubbock with a 1963 Corvette Coupe. And Leslie Dugas, or Douglas. Leslie with an 87 Olds. Oldsmobile side by side with the Corvette. Will the Joker take him out? Not this time. We're going to see that Olds Cutlass one more time. Well, that's going to set up your finals here with Leslie Douglas going into the finals against either Rutland or Matt Crisp. So Lance Rutland. I'm looking for all winners, but looking for all winners, but we are missing a few of our Super Rod. So definitely need our Super Rod presented by Charlie Stewart Race Cars. We need you guys back up here. All winners from previous rounds, all winners. So Lance Rutland has chosen the 63 Corvette on the Napa Lane to go up against Matt Crisp from Castroville. All in design, Mission Racing, and Greg Hubble Race Cars help Matt Crisp over here on the Nelson Performance Lane. So a 779 to a 774. And there's a red light there for Rutland and a win light for Matt Crisp. That sets up your final with Douglas and Crisp. All right, now moving into the Super Rod class. This is the Charlie Stewart Race Cars Super Rod class with Tony Magden. Magden? Sorry, Tony, I'm working on it. Out of Troy, Texas for TNS Racing. On the Napa side, Brandon Meadows for B&M Automotive. Rodney Smith Race Cars with the 1967 Ford Mustang out in front. Here comes that Corvette. Tommy's trying to take him out and does not this time. So Brandon Meadows will get to see the next round with a double breakout and a triple 01 off this dial. So that worked out real well for Meadows. Bringing up Preston Pennington in the Roadster on the Napa Auto Parts side. Pennington taking on Cy Hill with a 1992 Chevrolet Camaro here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Pennington has got the Napa Auto Parts side on this pass. That is a pair of greens nicely done. Pennington Roadster now coming on strong, trying to take out Cy Hill. And at the stripe, a breakout from Cy by triple 02 gives Pennington the win. Kip Gunzel out of Troy, Texas for Kip's Automotive. He's got the Roadster on the Napa side. Shannon Brinkley, Spooker's Halloween on the right side. And across the finish line, there it is. Kip Gunzel will see the next round by a margin of 001. Nicely done on that run there. And that will wrap up the Super Rod class by Charlie Stewart Race Cars. All winners return to the lanes. All winners for your next round. Here's something. How about Good Vibrations Top Dragster? I've called everybody. That does include you guys. So the Good Vibrations Top Dragster, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. We sure would like to get some pairs so we can get your next round of eliminations. Love to see it. That's the Good Vibrations Top Dragster, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. If you're pitted next to one of those guys, go ahead and kick him in the tire and get him on over here. If you are in the pits without a neck brace, you might be wanting this one. We have a necklace brace up here. Neck brace, no owner. Well, you top dragsters, you guys showing up by juniors. They're already ready to go. We're going to bring up juniors next. And again, if you're missing a neck brace, perhaps it wasn't properly attached as you went down the track, or maybe it wasn't installed at all. We did pick it up off the track. yeah, that'd be all winners, all classes. Come on up. Looks like we're going to bring our juniors up next. Let's see if we can find something else here on the keep filling this dead air with. Let's see some of our own sponsors here from San Antonio Raceway. Let's see, CPR, Auto Body Repair in New Braunfels, Performance Realty. Let's see, Two Aces Auto Repair, Icon Realty, Haas Construction, 5-Star Plumbing, Gladwin Paint, Roy Trevino Funeral Homes, Central Texas Motorsports, they're in Adkins, Texas, Alamo Speed Shop for all of your drag racing needs, Platinum Star Racing and Get a Life Starting Line, and Abbott Flow Jets, or just to name a few. We are working our way through this list here. We've got juniors coming up next, and let's see if we can find something from IHRA to talk about. Let's pick. Flipping pages. Crower. Here we go. There's a good one. Crower's mission is to provide high-quality aftermarket engine components designed to meet the extreme demands of today's high-performance racing applications. Crower is made in the USA only and uses the finest aircraft-grade materials. Crower is proud to be a sponsor of the Pro Mods and the official valve train of the IHRA. Come see us in the vendor row, and remember, for American-made power, rely on Crower. Actually, you probably wouldn't go to the vendor row today. Just keep in mind that they are an IHRA sponsor. And if you're looking to get your engine put together, that would be a good place to start with Crower components. Here's Evan Wellborn for Ashford Homes. This is our beginner class in the Torque Tools Incorporated Juniors. Taking on Audrey Wensky. So Audrey looking to put a stamp on the side of her car, taking out a boy. Evan over there, Wellborn, really can't win for losing. If he beats there, then he gets in trouble for beating a girl. So really can't lose. But if he loses, then he got beat by a girl. It's a tough situation to be in. So Evan's from Sausalito. Audrey's from Baycliff. You can't hang on the car. Got to let her go. Pre-stage now on both sides. Here we go. There's a full stage over there from Evan. Audrey's now bumped in. There's green lights. That's even from both sides. And these are both great, good green lights. And we're about halfway through it now at the 3:30. We've got Audrey out in front just a little bit. Coming up on her left-hand side will be Evan. Will he get there in time? It is a breakout from Audrey Wensky. Evan, you beat a girl. Dude, you can't win. But good job. We'll see you into the next round. So Colton Reeder next up on the Napa Auto Parts side. He's got the copper colored machine. Going up against Aiden Alvarez. Aiden out of Yoakum, Texas. For Alvarez Paint and Body has the Nelson Performance Lane. Under the watchful eye of our starter, camping out underneath the Blackjack Speed Shop tent there at the starting line. So Colton getting some advice from Mom. Just calm down, breathe deep. Here we go. So for his third event in a doubleheader weekend, Aiden over here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Three-stage, and Aiden will be bumping in. There we go. Full stage on both sides. Here it comes. 1193, 1242. Good green lights for both of these drivers. Good job, guys. Here we go. Now we're getting down to the halfway point. It's going to be close. It really is close. Here comes Colton. Will Colton catch Aiden? Aiden breaks out by 0.03 seconds, but great job. What a great weekend. What a great showing for only his third event out. And we're going to see a win light there for Colton Reeder, and we'll see him back next round. Looks like I'm missing one hot rod, and you know who you are. And it looks like we've got all of our top dragsters, which is pretty awesome, so we can get that next round going on. Don't forget, if you win, bring it back up here for your next round. Now, winners and runners-up today, make sure that you get your picture taken, because without it, no contingency money. And why else would you have all the stickers on the side of your car? So this will be round number 2 of our Good Vibrations top dragster, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. This is round 2 for the Good Vibrations top dragster by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. Big old nasty burnouts from both cars. That's going to bring up Andy Mears of the Napa Auto Parts side from Lubbock, Texas. From Mears, Missoula. Jegs, SDPC Motorsports, Mike Carpenter. That's the blown bonsai dragster on the Napa side. Going up against Jeff Rabideau. Rabideau with a $754. $710 is the dial for bonsai. So Rabideau will get the chance to lead first, giving the Andy Mears the task of chasing him down. Oh, Rabideau hands it over to him. Doesn't even have to try. Andy Mears is on to the next round. That brings up Ronnie Hughes in the Napa Auto Parts side out of Decatur, Texas. Dials up a 754 to David Bills, 723. Again, you've got Bills with a 723, Nelson Performance Lane. Napa Auto Parts side with a 754. That's going to be Ronnie Hughes. Pre-stage's already lit there for David Bills. Just the way we like it. Hughes going down track. Trying to hold out Bills. Bills for the win on this one. Has chosen the Napa Auto Parts side. Greg has his 2008 TNT car for Quality Care Automotive and Sales with a 759 out of Rolette, Texas. Kurt Harvey for Radford Construction, Mickey Thompson Tires, Hughes Performance, and Pro Machine Service. He's got a 747. And those are a pair of green lights right there. Terrific job getting out of here. Kurt Harvey with a slight advantage down to the top end of the track. Greenlight with a double breakout. That's a double breakout win for Kurt Harvey. Margin of victory of only .007 seconds. We'll get to see Kurt Harvey at least one more time. And with that, we'll see David Johns on the Napa Auto Parts side with a 697 dial, and probably one of the fastest cars on the property today. 697 dial for Johns Automotive, Wayne's Paint and Body, and sponsored by his back pocket. Also, Terry Pollard from Montgomery, Texas. Terry's got the Nelson Performance Lane with a 753. So giving up half a second, David Johns will have to be chasing down Pollard. So as Johns rolls up, he's the first one to pre-stage. And here's Pollard now into the pre-stage. And let's see who's going into the full stage first. There's Johns. He's in. Pollard is now loaded. Pollard hands it over to David Johns. Goes red by 002. Johns at 188 miles per hour, the 698 ET on a 697 dial. That'll be Peeps Pennington next on the Napa Auto Parts side. Huntsville Engines, Mickey Thompson with a 727 dial. Mission Auto Parts for Scott Ball here on the Nelson Performance Lane with a 744 dial. So Mr. Ball will get the head start here as Peeps will hunt him down. Peeps, first one to bolt in. Here comes Scott Ball. Oh, this is going to be a killer one. This is going to be good. Watch it to the top. Watch it to the top end. Pedaling it. Oh, there's your win light. Peeps Pennington takes him out. Scott Ball with a breakout by 004. He had to do something, and Peeps was on his tail. Reaction times for both these drivers, 001, 006. Scott Ball is slightly slower of the two off the line, but, boy, it pays off on the top end for Peeps as he advances to the next round. All right, not a bad way to spend your afternoon out here with us. Looks like the cloud coverage we ordered finally came in. Make sure that you guys are getting something to eat. I know it's hot out there. Grab something to drink, grab something to eat, top off your tanks, make sure that you got everything in there that you need to be alert and awake so that you can pay attention to what's going on in front of you. There's lots of racing action to go. We need all of our winners from previous rounds to come back up. All winners from previous rounds to get back up here for your next round of eliminations. Here we are, semifinals in our Junior Advanced class. This is your Torque Tools Incorporated Junior Advanced with Ashley Hubble, who's been killing it on the left-hand lane all afternoon. She's sponsored by Blackjack Speed Shop, All In Designs, Classic Electric, Armendia Plumbing, Jim Cole Racing Engines, Lupe Tortilla, one of your event sponsors out here. Bryce Grenier has the Nelson Performance Lane, a 790 to a 793 dial. Ashley will lead first. Killer Miller Lite there from Grenier. But Ashley's not done yet. And across the stripes, your win goes over here to Grenier. 790 runs the dial with a 3. 794 over there for Ashley. She's not able to do it. So we're going to see a finals here with Grenier. Our track champion's going to have to be a spectator on this one. And Justin Hutto from Spring, Texas, be on to face Bryce Grenier. Now, don't leave here before stopping by the souvenir stand. It's open, and we want to make sure that you remember this weekend. Pick yourself up something from San Antonio Raceway. It was a great experience. It was a 3-day event. You had your test and tune on Friday night, eliminations yesterday, second round here tonight, or today rather. It's been a good time spending it with you. Make sure that you pick up your San Antonio Raceway hat, T-shirts. We've got specials and memorabilia there at the souvenir stand next to our concessions. And don't forget about cooling off with Shark Bite shaved Italian ice. Well, Justin Hutto, he's pre-staged. He's creeping up there. There it is. Pull the trigger. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. He's on to the finals against Bryce Grenier. Once again, all winners from previous rounds. All winners. Winner, winner. I'm not even going to say it. All winners back up in the lanes. Next up, the Hot Rod, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. Hot Rod, coming to the lane, or coming to the start line, rather. All right, here's Jared Ross in the Napa Auto Parts side of the 1967 Camaro. Pulls up next to Hank Stevens with his 67 Chevrolet Camaro from Palestine, Texas. Longview, Texas, the hometown for Jared Ross. We've got ourselves a pair of Camaros. Green lights on both sides. The number's 1090. How close can we get? Here comes Ross chasing down Stevens. It's going to be hard fought as the straight your win light goes over here to Stevens with a breakout from Ross. Alan Bracey next up out of Lubbock, Texas with a 68 Camaro for SDPC Speed Race Shop, rather, and Wicked Motorsports, and the 1970 Camaro of Chris Harrelson out of Azle, Texas. Chris has been camping out over here on the Nelson Performance Lane all afternoon. Looks like he likes it on the side. Full stage of both drivers. Nice green lights there. Slight advantage to Bracey. Halfway through it, pedaling it down to the top side. Bracey does take the win. Alan Bracey will advance to the finals. Again, we're looking for all winners. All winners from the last round. All winners. Last round, all winners. And all right, when this is all said and done, don't forget, guys, if you're a winner or runner-up, you want your contingency money, we need to get your picture. So don't take off. Semifinals in the Torque Tools Incorporated Junior Advanced class. Trey Ryder on the Napa Auto Parts side out of Houston, Texas. Ty Farmer out here from Midland, Texas, from Platinum Collision. Farmer has the Nelson Performance Lane, and Ryder on the Napa Auto Parts side. Very similar green light, so this is going to be pretty close. Close to the dot, close to the reaction time, and the win light over here to Farmer, edging out Ryder. So Farmer will go into the finals to face off against one of these two drivers, either Graham Ruffinock or Cody Hughes. Ruffinock out here from Red Rock, Texas, sponsored by dear old Dad. Cody made the trip out here from Decatur, Texas to come play with us. $893 for him, $894 the down line for Ruffinock. All right, here we go. Who's going to take on Farmer in the finals? Just another 330 feet to go to find out. And it is going to be Cody Hughes. So Hughes and Farmer in the finals for your Torque Tools Incorporated Junior Advanced class. Ooh, what an afternoon. It looks like it's getting hot out there. Just saying. We bring up our next round of cars, guys. I want to make sure that you guys get it. If you won the last pass, get it on up here as soon as you can so you can go on to your next round of elimination. So winners from your previous rounds, bring them on up. We'll talk about some more of our sponsors here at San Antonio Raceway. How about Rooster Safety for all your safety equipment supply? Russ Parker Construction, anything you need built. Blackjack Speed Shop, sponsoring the starting line right down there. That's Tim Duncan's place for your high-performance needs. Blackjack Speed Shop. Alamo Graphics, the official printing company for San Antonio Raceway. Sanderson Motorsports, I haven't mentioned them all afternoon, but that's your fuel station at the end of the pit row. At the end of pit row number 1 there on the return road. So that's Sanderson Motorsports sponsoring your Sunoco fuel station. American Roofing, Sunoco Race Fuels, and Napa Auto Parts, all part of the sponsorship here. And this is your Good Vibrations Top Sportsman presented by Sunset Performance Racing Engines rather. This is your finals. So Matt Crisp has the Napa Auto Parts side. Leslie Dugas has the Nelson Performance lane. Douglas dials up a 749, Crisp with a 771. Crisp out here from Castroville with help from All In Design, Mission Racing, Greg Hubble Race Cars. Leslie, a self-sponsored car, 1987 Cutlass Supreme. Will be chasing down Matt Crisp with a 771 to a 749, so about a third of a second head start there for Crisp. That is green and green. Crisp gives up just a bit there on the reaction time, but the stripe, it's going to pay off for Leslie Dugas, your winner in your Top Sportsman. That's your Good Vibrations Top Sportsman Sunset Performance Racing Engines class. For Superstock, the Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant Superstock class, Cody Blackman on the Napa Auto Parts side, Jared Grenier, the Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant here on the Nelson Performance Lane. So Grenier will be chasing down the Blackman car over there on the Napa Auto Parts side. Wheels up for both cars with a red light launch for both cars, but the wind light comes on there for Jared Grenier. So we'll see the Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant car one more time going into the finals. John Clegg, 1974 Pontiac Firebird from Mission Garage. They're there in the Napa Auto Parts lane. Facing off with Dale Holquist for a spot in the finals against Grenier. Dale Holquist for Powell Brothers Performance, Differentials, American Glass Distributors. All help with that Grand Am over here on the Nelson Performance lane. A 10:55 to a 10:02. Something not quite right with that Firebird. I don't know if he's got what it takes to take out Holquist the top side. And not this time. So we're going to see a win light there for Dale Holquist. Holquist will go into the finals and face off against Grenier. All winners from your last round. Bring it back up. All winners, back to the lanes. Still lots of racing action to go, guys. It's only
No matter what you drive, Summit Racing Equipment has great parts at great prices. Summit Racing has the lowest prices guaranteed on the parts, tools, and accessories for high-performance cars and racing, trucks and off-roading, daily drivers, late model vehicles, and more. With over 900 brand-name manufacturers to choose from, you'll always get great parts at great prices. Plus, you'll find money-saving deals on thousands of in-stock parts every day. Get the best parts and accessories for what you drive at Summit Racing. Visit summitracing.com.
Any engine, any season. At home, at the track, or on the trail. AMSOIL for any engine.
All right, that'll bring up Kip Gunzel for Kip's Automotive on the Napa Auto Parts side with a 1963 Corvette Roadster, and Peeps Pennington in the Roadster here on the Nelson Performance Lane. This is a 990 class. And this is semifinals. And there's a win. So we're going to see Peeps Pennington in the finals with his Roadster to take on this Mustang back here in the water. So Brandon Meadows to face off against Peeps Pennington's Roadster. This pass here out of Universal City, Texas. This pass here helped his sponsorship on that Gary's Paint and Body car is going to be B&M Automotive, Rodney Smith Race Cars. How close to that 990 does he run? 992. All right. So that's going to set up your finals there. The Charlie Stewart Race Cars Super Rod class. All right, last round winners. Bring you guys back up here. Last round winners back up here for your next round. This is our semifinal round in the stock class, brought to you by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. Philip Giles from Fletonia, Texas. The Giles Racing Copo Camaro on the Napa Auto Parts lane. He's going to have to do better than that on that reaction time if he's going to take that into the finals. A little bit too fast, too. 962 and a 964 dial. So we'll make some adjustments and be back for the finals in the stock class. That was the buy run. We have one more pair here in that stock class, setting up your final round. Justin Huddle on the Napa side from Spring, Texas. I am second, Huddle Racing. Chris Harrelson, 1995 Firebird, in the Nelson Performance Lane. So 11:26 to 11:19. So Huddle will have 11:19, and he'll be chasing Harrelson. Green lights. It's not over yet. And, smoke at the top side. That does not look good. I'm sure that's going to warrant a check of some sort. But a win light comes up there for Justin Hutto.
The stars of today. It's the Mopar Nitro Jam National, presented by Williams Racing. Saturday and Sunday, August 15th and 16th. Saturday, 3 p.m., Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Grand Bend Motorplex. Witness Amsoil Nitro Funny Cars. Crower Pro Mods. U.S. Bounty Hunters Pro Stock. Top Fuel Dragsters, Jets, and more. Mopar Nitro Jam Nationals. August 15th and 16th. Grand Bend Motorplex. Nitro Jam, where legends are born.
21st and 22nd, the baddest store cars on the planet are gonna rock Memphis International Raceway. It's the PDRA Memphis Drag. See 42nd Pro Mods blaze the 8 mile at over 220 miles an hour. Plus Jet Funny Car qualifying all day Friday. Saturday, see Daddy Dave and Chuck from the world famous Street Outlaws. Eliminations at 4 p.m. Look for discount tickets at local merchants or online at PDRA660.com. Every ticket's a pit pass. August 21st to 22nd, Memphis International Raceway.
Next up, your Houston Cheap Fireworks Quick Rod class. That'll be Tony Farmer on the Napa Auto Parts side from Midland, Texas. Platinum Collision, Par Performance Carbs. Kevin Bracey, SDPC Race Shop. Wicked Motorsports has the Nelson Performance Lane. This is an 890 class. Again, Tony Farmer on the Napa Auto Parts side, Kevin Bracey here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Oh, this will be a good one. Tony Farmer with a slight advantage. Bracey not letting go. And there's your win light there. Tony Farmer. Farmer over Bracey by 0.06 seconds. So there's your winner, Tony Farmer, your quick rod champion for today. So Houston Cheap Fireworks sponsors the winner there. That's Tony Farmer. Don't forget, you guys, winners and runners up to the winner's circle for your contingency money. Don't forget that. We need to get your pictures. Good vibrations. Top drags are presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. On the starting line, Peeps Pennington, Huntsville Engines, and Mickey Thompson, sponsoring him out of Three Rivers, Texas. He's got the Napa Auto Parts side. And over here, David Bills on the Nelson Performance lane, a $727 to $728. A margin of difference not even worth mentioning. This might as well be a heads-up race from start to finish. Bills on the right side, Pennington on the left. This is going to be pretty close. Pennington with a slight advantage. And is it going to pay off? No, it does not. The win light there for David Bills. Way to go, David Bills. A 729 on a 728 dial. A 732 run on a 727 dial for Peeps. So we're going to see David Bills back again. So that'll put Bills into the finals. David Johns now on the Napa Auto Parts side for Johns Automotive, Wayne's Paint and Body, and his back pocket. Kurt Harvey out of Rolette, Texas. He just left there for Rapper Construction, Mickey Thompson Tires, Hughes Performance Pro Machine Services, and they help him. No, not this time. A win light over here for David Johns. A 701 on the 699 dial to the 746 on the 749. So off this dial by 0.02 seconds. Kurt Harvey hands it over to David Johns. So David Johns in the semis will face off against Andy Mears. Here's Mears for Mears Mazzola, Jags, SDPC Motors, and Mike Carpenter here on the Napa Auto Parts side. So this bull and dragster will face off David Johns, and the winner of those two will face off on David Bills. So Andy Mears, he's got a 710. Let's see what he's doing. This is just a buy run. Really, all he's got to do is break the beams, and let's see what happens. I'm sure he's going to go for the full run on this one. Look at that, 720. There's going to be an adjustment made there somewhere. Off his dial by 106. 0.106, a little bit slower than anticipated on that pass. Back to our Torque Tools Incorporated Junior Beginner class. So Evan Wellborn on the Napa Auto Parts side from Sausalito, Texas, with a 1214 dial up, and a Colton Reeder with a 1208 here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Evan Wellborn, sponsored by Ashford Homes. All right, so here we go. Reeder is the first one to bulb in. Now we've got Wellborn on his pre-stage. Full stage for Wellborn. Full stage on both sides now. Oh, Wellborn with the red light by 100. And a win light there for Colton Reeder in your finals for your Junior Beginner by Torque Tools Incorporated. Congratulations to all of our drivers, Evan and Colton. Fantastic job, Evan and Colton. We do need to see you guys back here at the winner's circle for your pictures, and that laundry at the end of the track is going to bring you to a dead stop with this headwind we got going on. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'll be surprised if you can make it off the track, though. Still going. Still going. The only problem with pulling a chute on a junior is you got to pack it. You got to fold it back up. That's awesome job right there. That wraps up our Junior Beginner presented by Torque Tools Incorporated. So your Junior Advanced class presented by Torque Tools Incorporated. This is Junior Advanced Finals right here. Cody Hughes and Ty Farmer. Ty Farmer from Midland, Texas. Platinum Collision, $897 his dial. $895 the dial in from Decatur, Texas. Cody Hughes. Let's just call this a dead heat as we leave the line here. So Cody Hughes on the left side. Ty Farmer, last few minutes, last minute adjustments in the zebra stripes here on the Nelson Performance Lane. $897, $895 the dial-ins. Farmer pre-staged. Hughes now pre-staged. Oh, rolled him deep. He took the stage, and there's the red light. So there's the win. No reverse in these cars. No way to stop them. So there's your win light, Cody Hughes from Decatur, Texas. And our finals next up in the Hot Rod class, presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. Your Hot Rod finals. This is going to be a pair of Camaros. Alan Bracey from Lubbock, Texas. SDVC Race Shop, Wicked Motorsports on the Napa Auto Parts side. And Hank Stevens from Palestine, Texas, is Camaro on the Nelson Performance Lane. This is your Hot Rod Finals. And that's your Hot Rod Finals with a red light there from Alan Bracey, a win light for Hank Stevens. And don't forget, winners and runners up. Winners and runners up to the winner circle so we can get your picture. So Justin Hutto on the Napa Auto Parts side, and Bryce Grenier from Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. This is your Masters class brought to you by Torque Tools Incorporated, Juniors Masters Final. Grenier on the right side, 790 on this board, and 803 there for Justin Hutto. This could be all over here for Grenier. Hutto out front, he's on the pedal a little bit. He gets the win. Congratulations, Justin Hutto, on your victory over Bryce Grenier in the finals for your Junior Masters, presented by Torque Tools Incorporated. All right, your Super Rod Finals. This is Super Rod presented by Charlie Stewart Race Cars. Super Rod Finals. Peeps Pennington, the roadster on the Napa Auto Parts side. Oh. And next to Brandon Meadows for B&M Automotive, Rodney Smith Race Cars. Brandon Meadows on the Nelson Performance Lane. Pennington keeping busy over there in the Napa Auto Parts side. Meadows making the trip out here about 10 miles down the road from Universal City. Pennington come up from Three Rivers. Meadows first one to pre-stage, waiting on Peach to find his first beam. And there it is for Pennington. Each driver now creeping in there that last few inches before the full stage. There it is. And here we go. Pennington's been killer all weekend. Now he's coming down to Chase Meadows all the way to the top end. 13-20 tells the tale of Peeps Pennington's victory. So I am second, Hutto Racing, Justin Hutto on the Napa Auto Parts side, Philip Giles for Giles Racing in the Copel Camaro here on the Nelson Performance Lane. Giles now in at 962 to 1120 of Justin Hutto, and this is finals in the stock class presented by Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant. And here we go. There's green and green. So we need 1,320 feet to decide this one. no, Justin Hutto's out in front. Oh, he had him. Downs was just a little off his game early in that pass, but he couldn't catch him. Justin Hutto for the win. Congratulations, Justin Hutto. You are the Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant stock winner. Next up, the Lupe Performance, yes, definitely. Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant Superstock Finals. Dale Holquist out of Crosby, Texas for Powell Brothers Performance Differentials, American Glass Distributors, and Jared Grenier for Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant here on the Nelson Performance Lane. He's got a 978, 1058 for the Grand Am on the Napa side for Dale Holquist. Got a pair of them. Fourth gear right there. Down to the top side. Will Holquist take it? Holquist does, edging out Grenier. That wraps up your Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant Super Stock Finals. Congratulations, Dale Holquist. All right, two more passes for the day. We've got the semifinals and then a final. And this is going to be in the Good Vibrations Top Dragster presented by Scoggins Dickey Parts Center. So for our semifinals, we've got David Johns on the Napa Auto Parts side for Johns Automotive, Wayne's Paint and Body, and his back pocket. Next to Andy Mears at Lubbock, Texas. Mears Mazzola, Jegs Performance, SDPC Motors, and Mike Carpenter in the blown-up Bonsai Dragster here on the Nelson Performance Lane. So Johns choosing the left-hand side with a 701 valve, 712 from Mears. Mears will actually get to leave first, as Johns will chase him down. That puts David Johns into the finals. So Andy Mears goes red by 005, and that's going to put David Johns into the finals against David Dills. So David will win this class. Well, David Johns on the Napa Auto Parts side, Forestville, Texas, his home, driving a worthy chassis. Johns Automotive, Wayne's Paint and Body, and his back pocket helping to push him down the Napa Auto Parts side. And David Bills has the Nilsson Performance Lane. Bills with the dials of a 729, 701 there for Johns. So 0.28 seconds head start there for Bills. And it is green on both sides. We're going to take it down to the top side. This is too close to call, and there's your win light there for David Johns.
No matter what you drive, Summit Racing Equipment has great parts at great prices. Summit Racing has the lowest prices guaranteed on the parts, tools, and accessories for high-performance cars and racing, trucks and off-roading, daily drivers, late model vehicles, and more. With over 900 brand-name manufacturers to choose from, you'll always get great parts at great prices. Plus, you'll find money-saving deals on thousands of in-stock parts every day. Get the best parts and accessories for what you drive at Summit Racing. Visit summitracing.com.
America, it's time to rally. It's time to take part in the adventure of a lifetime. We want you and a friend to join us for the AMSOIL America Adventure this October. The week-long rally starts in Deadwood, South Dakota and wraps up as VIP guests at the Monster Energy Cup in Las Vegas. The trip is more than just a car ride. Each day, the goal is to beat your competition in unique challenges and missions to earn points towards the game's grand prize to be awarded in Vegas. Register at AMSOILRacing.com for your chance to win an all-expenses-paid entry for two into the AMSOIL America Adventure.
Yesterday, the stars of today. It's the Mopar Nitro Jam National, presented by Williams Racing. Saturday and Sunday, August 15th and 16th. Saturday, 3 p.m., Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Grand Bend Motorplex. Witness AMSOIL Nitro Funny Cars, Crower Pro Mods, U.S. Bounty Hunters Pro Stock, Top Fuel Dragsters, Jets, and more. Mopar Nitro Jam Nationals, August 15th and 16th. Grand Bend Motorplex. Nitro Jam, where legends are born.
21st and 22nd, the baddest store cars on the planet are gonna rock Memphis International Raceway. It's the PDRA Memphis Drag. See 42nd Pro Mods Robots blaze the 8 mile at over 220 miles an hour. Plus Jet Funny Car, qualifying all day Friday. Saturday, see Daddy Dave and Chuck from the world-famous Street Outlaws. Elimination at 4 p.m. Look for discount tickets at local merchants or online at PDRA660.com. Every ticket's a pit pass. August 21st to 22nd, Memphis International Raceway.